My name is Brian Clark. I'm a graphic designer and teacher, and I run the postgraduate MA course in graphic design at University College Falmouth. There's two sort of issues I'd like to reflect on, both sort of within emerging practice. One is sort of global networks and the other is design knowledge transfer. And this is primarily not just about allowing our student designers to deal with some of these issues, but also how we're going to teach and inspire them to dig up the new issues that will emerge in a few years' time. So firstly, a couple of key issues. One is that where do we go? What sources of inspiration should we go to feed knowledge, and what associated and parallel fields could we go to in terms of inspiring our ideas-based thinking? And secondly, how can we engage with global networks and ideas that are shaping the geography of sort of emerging creative practice? And I really want to just give you some examples of some of those things that we're doing. Firstly, we're engaging with what we would call provocateurs, and this is both sort of visiting us physically, but also us engaging with them virtually. And this is really important for us down in Cornwall. So, for example, voices that are talking about a bigger picture and also really big issues. So we've had spoken with Bruce Mao from Chicago. I'm going to rattle these off. Kenya Hara Studio in Tokyo. Node Design, who have offices in both Oslo and Berlin, and we had a sort of joint link up with those guys, and likewise Matt Pike of Universal Everything, where we beamed into his Sheffield shed for a sort of really interesting lecture. And likewise the likes of Sophie Thomas, where she would visit us, but also we would visit her in Cornwall. And the likes of Sir John Hegarty, who came to visit us, but also we shared that with the broader university community and also other business and design sort of companies throughout Cornwall. And finally, within that context, just talking about the need to think locally and sort of try and set out some sense of vernacular as a sense of the sort of homogenisation of everything going on around us. But in a more parallel field, just to kind of tie things up, we're also, and this is where we're hoping to kind of enthuse the design thinking, we've also linked up with Adrian Shaughnessy and Tim Rich as design writers, but also comedy writers pushing sort of observational humour, or equally Sir Tim Rice, who was talking about narrative and identity, military commanders talking about design, talking about strategy, jazz musicians like Leanne Carroll on creative improvisation, and also contemporary dance companies like Seascape on the use of the space. I mean, overall, I think what's really important is that we've got a role to sort of inspire thinking and the development of design, but really crucially to Cornwall, so we can sort of challenge beyond our horizons. What's important for University College Falmouth, we're also linking up with, we now are merging with Dartington College of Art, so that will bring a performance-based issue to our portfolio as well, which will mean some of that sort of broader interconnected thinking can also happen. So that's it. Thank you very much.